Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you tuning in. This video is going to be dedicated to the new Elevate by Quilter. Also, I'm going to dedicate this video to the guitar instructors out there. So I'm hoping you read the title, and that maybe that drove you to come to this video and check it out. So I've seen the Elevate out there last few months or so. It pops up on your feed and things like that. So I was kind of curious as to what it is. But if you don't know me, I am a guitar instructor of over 25 years, session musician. So I've got a lot of real world experience out there, and then obviously classroom experience and just seeing lots of different types of learning styles. This is all I've done for about 40 years playing the guitar. So let me just go ahead and tell you that, first of all, the people at Quilter are fantastic. And I know that because I started off with my Quilter Steel Air as a steel guitar player, and I loved that product, and I just kind of kept up with the company from there. And then recently saw this product that came out. But let me say that it is it's really blown me away. I bet if you've seen the ads, you've seen it say that it is AI technology. And in a sense, it is exactly that. There are the search engines that's going to put tones together for you. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and Google that right now. Pause my video and go find it and watch a couple other things about it. All right. If you come back and you go, okay, I saw that. Tell me more about it. I've had a chance to use it now for a couple of weeks. Let me say that the people at Quilter were fantastic. The CEO emailed me back and he says, we're going to send you out one of these because you're an educator. And I told him, hey, if this works well, I want other guitar instructors to check it out and try to use it. So guitar teachers, hear me out. You're booked. You got somebody new every 30 minutes or possibly every hour, but every 30 minutes, right? And you're trying to get from one genre to the next. You're trying to go from B.B. King to Metallica to Brad Paisley and back on to, whatever. So you're trying to get from sound to sound. Now, sure, you could try to take, I've got a Black Star sitting here and I got a whole bunch of other things that we could sit and tweak, right? But the thing about the Elevate, when that student is walking in and getting set up, you can turn around and say, hey, this is what we're working on today. And you can begin to dial in the tone and sound that you're looking for. And let me say that the more descriptive you are, the better that sound is going to be. Is it going to be 100% perfect? Maybe. We'll talk about that in just a minute. I'm going to give you some real world examples of that. But let me say thanks for tuning in. I got my Telecaster with me here, and we're going to listen to some tones and sounds. This is not going to be a video that is all about tones and sounds and me showing you all these different things and me playing for you, okay? This is more about your schedule and moving from person to person and making things happen with an ease and having a product that will do that at a price point that's really kind of amazing, to be honest. So let's look a little further into this. Okay, so I switched over and I put the camera in front of the screen. What we're going to do here really quick, we have gone to the site, which is elevate.quilterlabs.com/AI. Okay, this is the actual tone builder itself. So I tell you what, and by the way, you can see that I have put in Sparkle BP, that's Brad Paisley, Bender Telly. All right, that's that silver guitar you just saw in my hands right there. If I go to the Dropbox, you can see that there's my Tremacaster, there's my Daphne Strat, and I can add any other guitars in here that I want to. So right now we'll go with that Sparkle Telly that I've got in my hands. All right, it says describe the tone you want, and of course it gives you an example. So today, I tell you what, why don't we put in ZZ Top, how about Sharp Dressed Man? Okay, let's just see. I'm going to go down here and hit generate. Okay, generate the preset. Now that's a pretty specific sound, and I didn't go into more. I could have said more. I could have said, hey, give me the Sharp Dressed Man and give me a tape echo delay or something like that on there, or a particular type of reverb. So you can be as specific as you want to be. And remember, this AI, it's not perfect, and it has to get to know you, and it has to see what you like. And the good news is once it gives the sound here in a second, we're going to be able to decide whether we do like it or whether we're going to tweak it. So it takes about 25 seconds. So let's see what it comes up with. Here we go. ZZ Top, Sharp Dressed Man, thick overdrive crunch with some warm mid forward character and percussive pick attack. All right. Okay, and by the way, I am playing through my KRK studio speakers, and I'm also running into the vintage sound amplifier, and I'm going to try to mention that in a few minutes and talk a little bit more about running the Elevate into the amplifier. So let me grab a pick here. I am on a series sound. All right, so let's just see what came out of here. Maybe I'll switch over to the slide for a second. That's with the humbucker sound, which I would think that that's probably what they used, but it could have been a Gretsch, and it might have been more of that type of tone. So let's listen to this. So not bad at all. I'll give that one a thumbs up. It says, how was this? You can also give it a thumbs down, and you can tell it, hey, I want something else done to that. So let's see. Refining, we could refine that. I could say add a tape echo delay. All right, let's check that out. All right, it added 20% of an echo mix. So it just kind of filled it up a little bit. It's kind of a fading delay. Y'all, it's one of the coolest things I can say is that here is, I'm playing the Telecaster, and it's just nice and clean and quiet. So you got to love that the Quilter responds really well with single coil pickups. So there you go. It's as simple as that. And then you're going to go to, if you like that sound, by the way, it says Sharp Dress 2. My thought there is there's a possibility that there's another possible Sharp Dress in the 100 presets tones that come with this. Sometimes it will do that. So I'm going to hit Save to Cloud right here, and we're saving it. So it's that simple. In just a couple of minutes, if I had a student walking in, they would have their tone dialed up. I could run it straight to their guitar, run a double out if I want to, and use the same unit and teach with that so that we have that to work off of. So isn't that cool, guys? By the way, I just uploaded it to my cloud, all right? But I could also come over here to the community. Let me pull that back so you can see what I'm doing there. I'm coming up to what's community. I'm clicking on that, and I can share that. And there are tons of different virtual modes and tones and stuff that other people have shared, other sounds, so that you can certainly get that and kind of sift through there and see what you like. So there is a great community of users already with this. But it's that easy. You're going to go to Elevate up here. You're clicking on that. You connect your device. See that loading? There's the actual. And by the way, if you don't want to touch the unit over here, you can do everything right here in front of you. There's the pre-EQ, the gain, post-EQ, different gates, modulation, effects, echoes, reverbs. They're all there, and you can custom customize them the way you want them, okay? That says Dregs Blood Riff. That was from the Dixie Dregs. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. So what a great product we have here, and the price should blow you away, guys, because I'm telling you, oh man, the money I've spent on amps and pedals and all the things, and I wouldn't change that. I'm glad I have those because that makes me appreciate this product that much more. So let's listen to it, a few different sounds and things like that, and see what else that the Elevate has for us. Okay, so I said I wouldn't make this video too much about scrolling through tones, but I feel like I'm going to have to show you at least a few, because what I'm going to do is kind of at least walk you through my experience of this. When I first plugged the unit in, I went ahead and ran it into my interface and through my monitors, and I will tell you, it sounds even better through headphones than it does in the monitors. But either way, that was how I first set it up, and everything sounded pretty good. So I want you to hear some of those tones. Then, of course, the ultimate test for me, and really I think a lot of guitar players would agree, the ultimate test was once you plug the Elevate or any unit like this into an amplifier, what happens? Because many times the preamp from the amplifier and then the preamp for what's going on in the unit are fighting against each other, and it requires some work to either dial the amp into a particular, direction of not conflicting with that, or changing the EQ that's in the unit. And I'm not saying that it would work for every preset. You probably would have to do a little bit of dialing, but I will say that so far I'm very impressed with how well my amp, and let's just face it, the amp cost 5 or 6 times the amount of what the Elevate cost, okay? So if I can't use my really nice amp, I'm not going to want the product, okay? But I really like the product through my amp. Right now I'm playing through the Vintage 22 single channel. That's the Vintage sound. And so here's, what do we got here? This is that Dixie Dregs tone. Okay, so just a sweet guitar tone there. Got a little bit of that fading delay on it. But what I'm going to do is go back through and just show you in chronological order what did I think of and what did I want to play. Well, y'all might know that I'm a huge Danny Gatton fan, so I thought, well, I wonder if they could nail Harlem Nocturne. Okay, so the first thing I did was go to Harlem Nocturne. All right, so I'm going to dial that back in. Let's find it over here. There it is right there, okay? That's the one. So, if you know this song, you know that Danny's tone was screaming, okay? So, okay, there's no delays or echoes or anything on that right now. There would be if I was going to be playing that live or whatever. That ice pick kind of sound that has. It's very different. Some people don't like that tone, and that's okay, because Danny had his own type of thing. So anyway, I thought if it could nail that tone, it could pretty much do anything. So that was the very first thing I dialed in. I wanted you to kind of hear my mind and my thought processes as I'm going, well, could it do this? Could it do that? And what equipment would I typically try to dial in to get that tone? So there's that sound. All right, well, what happened with me is I had a student come in next, and we were just talking about some different things. So I said, okay, well, let's go to the tone builder and let's put in Michael Jackson. All right, so I went straight to this. So Eddie solo, and of course the Beat It sound that Michael had was pretty cool. And again, it happened in between 15 and 25 seconds. So you can see the time saver, in a 30-minute lesson that you're teaching. You can get to these tones pretty quickly and save them for future students and future sessions and stuff, instead of always having to go back and tweak on things. Let's see. I went then to, I'm a huge John Mayer fan. I love his playing. So we had a little bit of this kind of stuff right here. Let's see. I'm turning my volume up for you. So Gravity was a song that came out. By the way, there's a tuner in here, and I'm a little out of tune, so let's turn it on real quick, and I'm going to tune. Okay, got it all tuned up there. Yeah, a very functional and specific tuner, very accurate. This was that John Mayer sound. That one's called Gravity Spring, and that's probably because I added a little bit of spring reverb to it. Again, the more you tell it and specific about what you're looking for, because again, I don't want to sound just like John Mayer. I want to have my own thing, but I want to have a touch of what he has and to get that sound going. So sounds so good in this room. I'm hoping that you're going to be able to hear that. Again, this is more of a room recording with just a room mic. I do not have things plugged directly in. You can certainly do that, and there are plenty of videos out there showing you that the Quilter, the tones directly plugged in into the interfaces. So lots of things like that. I'm going to go to one more, Kentucky Jelly by Brad Paisley, right? Got the Brad Paisley pickups right here. So, try that again. Of course, that's played drop D, and that's all right. I didn't feel like doing all that. But man, the tone is exactly there. Of course, these are the Brad Paisley pickups, so I'm sure that is helping. So thank you, Seymour Duncan, for that. And being that I do a lot of country stuff and blues, this tone is something that I use a lot. That's got compression on it, so it is keeping it in a box. Still sounds great, but sometimes I don't like the compression run quite that strong. So for dialing in for live, that's a whole nother amount of time and energy that's put into it. So I just wanted you to hear that and see me over here actually going through some of these. I'll go to the tone builder part of it, or actually right here, the actual Elevate. There's the Kentucky Jelly. You can see that. So each one of those I can go to and customize that if I need to. It's a very easy to use site, and I keep it up pretty much all the time on my system here as students are coming and going. So I'm able to go in and tweak as I need to. You've even got a little bug down here that you can click on if you're having problems, and you can get some support and some help with anything that you're dealing with there. So Man, I think you can use as up to 400 tones on this, which is mind blowing. Okay, so again, I just want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this today. I hope you learned a little bit more about the Elevate by Quilter. I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and look up the dealer that's close to you, and or you can contact Quilter directly and tell them what your applications are, what you're looking for, and they'll be happy to take care of you. But like I said, hopefully you got a little bit out of this. Again, this was not a video to show you all the different tones that I have currently on my unit. I've had mine about 2 weeks, so I probably have like 18, tones that I've come up with so far, which is not very many, but it's been a busy time. And the thing is, it was enough tones and it was enough working with the unit to let me know that everything that we did was going to be quality. So again, contact the folks down at Quilter or look for a dealer near you, and don't hesitate. At this price point, it's going to blow you away just like it has me. I already have quite a few of my students who are going to order one and start using it on their rigs as well. And that's what I'll be doing because I have multiple rigs for different usages. So I'll be getting a few more, and hey, the great part about it is at that price, you can do that. So great unit, great tones. We're learning to work with AI. Don't let that be a bad word in this, okay? Some people cringe when you say that. So don't let that be the case in this. This is something that is going to get to know you, your personality as a player, your preferences, how you hear. You hear differently than other people. And so you're going to give the feedback in what it gives back to you, and it will let you know, or excuse me, you can let it know if it nailed it or if it need to be tweaked. And every time you do that, the unit is only going to get better and better. So again, leave me some comments after you've seen this video. Let me know if you have one, if you like it, what's your experience with it. And again, I encourage all the instructors out there, all the guitar teachers that are back-to-back, person-to-person, and changing genres constantly, and going from one student to the next. This is a time saver, and it's a lot of fun. It's already gotten my students excited about coming in and finding a tone and saying, okay, yeah, let's see if we can dial in the sound and do it pretty quickly and hurry up and get to the actual playing itself. So again, great tool. So let's get out there, let's use it, let's spread the education and help players grow in their craft. So thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. I've got a lot more videos that's going to be coming out very soon. But I appreciate all you guys, and thanks again for following this channel, and we'll see you soon.